After giving birth to my daughter, I had a severe case of postpartum anxiety. But I suppose almost dying during childbirth will do that to you. Kissing death on its lips at the same time as your entire identity, worldview, and life plummets into something so beautiful, yet so overwhelming that your mind can't quite catch up with everything. So when I tell people that my life has changed forever, I'm not joking. And people will tell you this all the time. But what they don't tell you is that they will be there to help you when your life is completely flipped into a new one. And this wasn't just a new chapter in my metaphorical book. This was me entering a brand new alternative universe with a completely different way of writing novels. Unfortunately, the author of my book decided to write in that I would have 77 platelets and that I could bleed out if I gave birth at all. My novel was filled with not only the most pure exhibit of love that I will ever experience in my life, but a feeling of screaming unease that at any moment everything is and will crumble around me. And to put it as lightly as I can, the feeling that someone, including myself, will die. And what if it was all my fault? What if I was the one that did it? And what if I don't remember that it was me, but it was? And what if I'm already dead? And what if this was just my before-death experience that I'm visualizing because I'm actually dead already? Oh shit, where's my daughter? Okay, good, she's still sleeping. Oh wait, is she? Is her chest still moving? I gotta go in there and save her. Am I okay? Actually, don't answer that. I already know the answer. You know what? I'll just clean. Cleaning should clear my mind.
Leisure time. Time to relax. Time to do whatever you want to do. Leisure time is one of the advantages of the highly praised and highly prized American standard of living. How does this woman get her leisure time? Dirty dishes? Garbage draining in the sink? Is this in keeping with the American desire for cleanliness and sanitation? And what's it doing here while the housewife sits reading on the front porch? Well, the answer to that is easy. Cooking is a never-ending chore. But for the time being, the job is done. Now she can resume her rightful role of wife and mother. Now she can try to look like a person instead of a scullery maid. To repair the damage, she needs a comb to run through her hair. Perhaps a new manicure and some hand lotion. Certainly a chance to recover her good disposition.
Motherhood will change you. It should change you. That's how you know you're doing it right. But it doesn't mean you should forget about you. And I allowed it to. I allowed it to archive my entire being. But it doesn't mean you should forget about you. And I allowed it to. I allowed it to archive my entire being. I spent all my time taking care of others, other children, other pets, other people, conveniently forgetting about myself because facing me means facing so much fear and so much pain. And facing me means looking at the body that no longer looks like mine, the body that betrayed me, the body that nearly killed me. I ran away until I couldn't anymore. And when I stopped running, I began with hobbies. I started this YouTube channel again, even though I was embarrassed to come back. I started painting again, even though my skills were completely gone. I started drawing again, and those were gone too. I started spending time with friends again, even though I felt guilty for not seeing them for a long time. I took a leap of faith and transitioned into being a stay-at-home mom, to give myself more and more time and mental space to not only be with my family, but to create something of myself, for myself. I'm trying. I'm trying really, really hard. Oh my goodness, it has been quite the week. I have some major updates. Finally getting help. I'm finally healing my body and it feels so bizarre. I'm trying to not feel guilty about spending some extra cash on myself. Oftentimes mothers tend to put their own needs aside for the rest of the house, for their children, for their household, things that need to get done. Enough is enough. I have started to wake up in severe pain. My fingers are tingly. I don't want to feel like I'm in pain anymore. I also really want to get my reproductive health in check. And part of that is actually through going to this. I'm feeling really good about myself. That morning I went in and she checked my back and we had a whole conversation about everything that I had been experiencing. She felt a huge knot. She was like, oh yeah, that's a really big knot. And I was like, yeah, that is why I'm seeing you. That's why I'm here, because I'm in so much pain. I also made a phone call to a psychiatrist to finally get some treatment for what I have been experiencing with my mental health. I've been doing really, really good. Genuinely, I've actually been in a really good spot, which is why it's funny. Sorry, there's cat hair. Which is why it feels weird to get help help when I don't really need help. But then I was very quickly humbled because I have, for the longest time, have experienced a lot of symptoms of a very traumatic birth affecting me now. I had to go under general anesthesia to have my baby because if I were to be cut open, my platelets were so low, I would have bled out. So when I tell you it was an emergency, I mean like actual emergency. That if you go under general anesthesia, you are probably at a very high risk for death, which is why I've been processing that. I've been having a lot of triggers in my body and I've been needing to heal, and so I talked with her and we discussed OCD, which I didn't even bring up at first. I wasn't really going to go that way, to be honest. I was going to get more of the management for my ADHD. I told her, I'm like, I know it's the internet, but I have been seeing some things about OCD, and some of the things I've been seeing I feel like I kind of relate to. And she looked at me and she's like, yeah, that's kind of what we were getting at. She also went through a very traumatic birth and she asked me all the different questions, and it felt like a mini therapy session. And I just cannot believe that I'm finally getting some help and finally getting some treatment for my mental health. To put it frankly, she used the words PTSD in regarding my birth. I feel like kind of an imposter saying that. I don't feel confident in saying something like that. I just don't feel like that word is something that I ever thought would ever be used regarding how things have gone for me. I'm just trying to heal as much as I can. I'm trying to be the best person I can. And while I think it's important to obviously prioritize our children, I think that if we don't prioritize ourselves at any point in motherhood, that is when mental health takes over. And so this is your sign. If you have not been taking care of yourself, if you've had any pain, if you've had any mental health struggles, if you've had any need for therapy, it is so worth it. The way that I feel in my whole body. And I want to keep this journey today. I want to keep working on myself and keep feeling as good as I can. And I hope you can too. I reflected on everything that's happened to me instead of running from it. I finally let myself heal. It wasn't motherhood that made me feel like I was drowning. I was actually the one drowning myself. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. This has been quite the journey, and I'm so excited to continue to share videos that are like this, where there's more cinematic, I'm setting up lighting, I'm writing scripts, and just really putting in a lot of effort. That's one of the reasons why sometimes it can take me a minute to actually put out some of these videos. I will say, if you want some daily content, I have been uploading YouTube shorts, as well as uploading things on TikTok, where I have some more fun and just kind of upload daily content. And I've just been having a lot of fun making these things and having this space to be creative. But anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and if you really liked this kind of content, please let me know down below. I would also love to know what you guys are planning on doing for this holiday season, because I am nervous. I'll just put it that way. Anyways, I will see you guys very soon, and have a wonderful day.
Do